LA Knight haters, the man himself has addressed you in this video. I'm going to tell you exactly what he had to say, because LA Knight, he's back on the momentum swing, right? And it was interesting because I was looking at Cage Match, which is a phenomenal database that has various metrics and stats and everything like that. And if you go back to LA Knight's rise in 2023, it's very interesting, right? So full circle moment, he goes to NXT. He has a sensational run in NXT. I loved his program with Cameron Knight. You know, they brought in the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, the WWE Hall of Famer. They brought back the $1 Million Championship. They had a phenomenal run there. That was a great program, especially during the pandemic time. And then, of course, Vince McMahon had to screw him up, because that's what Vince McMahon did in the latter years of his reign, his god-awful reign in charge of main roster created for the company. He had to do the Max Dupree character. It was horrible. We all know it, right? And finally, when Triple H took over the books in the summer of 2022, he got LA Knight, back. And 2023 was the rise of LA Knight. Everyone was behind him, right? His crowd reactions improved. His merch sold. His television ratings went up. Social media engagement went up. LA Knight had a movement in which we haven't seen in quite some time. It was a very nice change. And it did start off a little rocky. His program with the late, great Bray Wyatt, it was a little wacky, but they did what they did in their Mountain Dew Lights Out or Mountain Dew Blackout match at the Royal Rumble, right? And then he missed Mania, and then we're like, what is going on here? And then finally, the reports came out, hey, LA Knight, he's going to get his rightful push in the summer of 2023. And that's exactly what happened, right? He was able to team up with John Cena. He was the main focal point throughout 2023, to the point where they made a crucial mistake. And I still blame Triple H for doing this. I still blame the company for doing this, but at the same time, I can understand it looking back now. When they booked him against then undisputed WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns in Crown Jewel in Saudi Arabia, it was a mistake, because he caught fire. He was legitimately on fire, and he was one of their biggest stars in the company. Arguably, it was their biggest babyface on SmackDown, and arguably their second biggest babyface behind Cody Rhodes in the entire company in late 2023. But once he lost to Roman Reigns, LA Knight lost momentum. He lost momentum in the eyes of the fans, because I noticed this on YouTube and social and everything like that. The engagement for LA Knight was not as high as it once was going into that event. And I said, look, they made a crucial mistake. What they should have done was avoid Roman Reigns at all costs. You should not have put LA Knight in the same ring as Roman Reigns and have him lose. That was a major mistake. And I didn't even call for him to beat Roman Reigns. I just didn't think it was the right call to not only put him in the ring with him, but put him in a top program and have him lose despite any, and obviously we saw, outside interference. I, at the time, called for him to win the Royal Rumble. I called for him to challenge and dethrone Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight title at WrestleMania 40. Now, obviously, that was before CM Punk made his return to the company, and then they shifted plans in that regard. So what did LA Knight have to say to the haters? Well, he shared a clip on his social, and he talked about how the haters, well, you better look at this. What do you say? What do you want? Always looking, got something, ain't you? Guess what? You found something. You found the man who's stepping up. Number one contender, yeah. Well, maybe not quite yet. You look at next week, you still got one more match at the end of the night. But then you look at next week. Whoever I face doesn't make a dang bit of difference. I win at WrestleMania. I win at SmackDown. It goes on and on. There's no stopping the gravy train. There is no stopping this Kavanka. There is no stopping LA Knight. Yeah. Okay, so what is he referring to? Well, obviously, This comes after he won his #1 contender triple threat match on SmackDown. He is going to face AJ Styles on SmackDown to essentially challenge Cody Rhodes for the undisputed WWE Championship at Backlash France. Now, that's really not the point of today's video. Whatever the outcome of his match with AJ Styles, whatever his outcome is with Cody Rhodes, that's really not the point. I don't want to age this video too much. But then, so what is he saying here? He's saying that his momentum is back, that he is riding the lightning bolt once again. LA Knight is feeling that confidence. LA Knight fans is feeling that confidence behind their guy, right? So I look at his cage match, and I think this is actually very interesting, and it kind of points, it goes to my point of like early 2023, mid 2023, late 2023, before that Roman Reigns match, dude was on fire, and then he took a back seat. But then this year, it's completely different. So in 2023, according to Cage Match, he was 55-39. Okay, he had a 56 win percentage. Now, as of this recording, April 15th, he is 19-3. He has a 79% winning streak. That is remarkable. Okay, that's a 20+% increase. And yes, he was in the main event scene throughout earlier this year. I think he still is worthy of a secondary championship run. I could see, like, I made the case that I thought Kevin Owens should have won the U.S. title at WrestleMania instead of Logan Paul retaining. I still stand by that. I think Kevin Owens would benefit from a U.S. title run, but give LA Knight something. Like, I understand that he's in these main event feuds, and that's great, and I'm glad that he is, and he's sharing the ring with top talent. But at the same time, you have to be careful because you don't want to necessarily book him in matches and feuds in which he loses momentum just because you didn't want to put him as a secondary champion, or you didn't want to put him as an upper mid-carder who was defeating lower tiered talent. You know what I mean? Like, that is a mistake in which you have to avoid. But all signs point to LA Knight being back. I look forward to seeing what they do with him going forward. I look forward to seeing your response to this video. Like I said, LA Knight momentum kind of died down a little bit. And I understand a lot of people took shots at him once The Rock came back because a lot of people think he is a knockoff version of The Rock / Steve Austin hybrid. I disagree. The man can't help the way that he sounds. I guess if you really want, he could use a fake voice, right? But what are we doing at that point, right? What are we doing at that point? Let me know down in the comments area below. Check out WrestleSTAR.co, and I will see y'all in the next video.